Hey, so we in here, guys. This is your boy Ryan. I'm actually joined by the trick shot cop today. He called me out, and then he also called my boy, oh no, it's a popo out.
You not sweet.
No, hold on, I can do that too, hold on.
Come on.
All right, so anyway, we up in this gym. We just gonna have a good time. We just gonna talk about life. You know, these guys are obviously, you guys all know we all police officers. You know, I'm probably the best looking one out of all of them, but we're gonna have a good time in here today.
We all light skin.
We are light skin. Hey, hold on.
I got it on film.
Hold on.
Billy, if you can edit that in right now.
Hey,
all right, man, look, it's got to be rules to this game, all right? We can't be doing half-court backward shots and all of that, all right? Like, we got to play a normal game of like pig or something, all right?
Hey, I'm the athlete though, so
Brick. Y'all seen it. Y'all see what just happened.
I need y'all to, hey, get the kicks though, Billy, though. If at least,
How these my gym shoes, man?
hey, if we go airball, at least I'm gonna look good doing it, just so they know, all right?
You got the best kicks.
Hey,
The best kicks.
so check us out, follow us around. We're gonna do a couple pickup games and do some trick shots. So,
Trick shot. Do a trick shot. Ready, go.
miss.
So, it's your boy AJ. He did it backwards. Everybody can do it backwards. I'm going to do it forward. One take, Sean. You ready for this? You heard the saying before, say the best for last. I'm just playing with y'all. Let me just.
AJ's already disqualified. He ain't ready. AJ gotta go back to Ohio with those skills. Hey, show me skills right here, though. Show me skills, dog. They ain't ready for this. You a police officer, right, Aries?
That's correct.
You a police officer, right? Oh no.
That is correct.
Did you guys want to be cops before you guys became police officers?
Man.
No, I didn't even think about it.
So how'd you get into it, bro?
Funny story. I actually got pulled over. Got a ticket.
Oh.
Me and my buddy were like, man.
You were riding dirty, bro. You're hard.
I wasn't riding dirty because I wasn't in the back of the car. We got a ticket. Well, I got a ticket. We're like, man, if we're cops, we'll never get tickets again. It sparked the interest.
Smart.
You know what I mean? So, kind of did my research. Years later, I ran into a guy who was a retired detective, and I just picked his brain, honestly. He was just telling me how much fun he had on the job.
Yeah.
It was a great career, and that was it for me. I'm a recruiter for LAPD, so, I mean, what I do right now, you know, I'm going to college campuses, I'm going to community events, job fairs,
Yeah.
you know, and for me, I look at it as I have a platform.
Yeah.
You know, and besides just going and talking to people about the job, the career,
Right.
you know, what I do, I like to take on the hard questions. You know, what is it that makes you not want to be a police officer?
Yeah.
You know, especially going to, you know, like the inner cities, you know, the college campuses over there, it's very hard to recruit over there. So I'll have a sit down like, hey, what's the issues that you have with us that makes you not want to be a police officer?
Yep.
And I'm saying, hey, you look at me, I'm like you.
Yep.
I'm a police officer.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you as a normal person.
Right.
And it, just like you said, it does something to you, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute.
Is he for real? Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
He ain't the police.
Yeah. And I've run into people that had no idea I was a police officer. What are you doing? I'm like,
I'm chasing somebody.
Yeah.
Hold on. Tripping for me. Stop that fool. G-triple.
you know?
Yeah.
And once they see that, they're like, you know what? I get a good response, and that's the good part. You know,
Yeah.
they're like, dude, that's tight. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh man, I want to talk to you or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I've run into people who I went to high school and, I mean, felons, you know, they've been in prison and all that stuff. He's like, hey, you know what? It's cool. It's cool that you're a cop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's crazy.
So, two-part question for both of you.
Yeah.
Growing up the way that we did, you know, being in the circles that we were involved in, you know, because of how we grew up. The first part of the question is, what was your biggest obstacle when you decided to become a police officer? And then the second part of the question is how did that obstacle change when you became a police officer?
Dang, bro, you getting all philosophical. Not this way. So, I think my biggest obstacle was learning that when I do what I do, like I'm not truly messing with them.
Yeah.
One of the things I felt like I mess with people all the time.
Yeah.
Like I felt like if I pulled somebody over, I felt like I was just messing with them.
Right.
Like once I got off of training and realized like there's actually quality of life issues out there. Like
Right.
there's guns out there, there's drugs out there, and that stuff is on the street. And if I don't pull it off the street, then people like my kids or my wife can be susceptible to it. That's when I realized I was like, oh, there's actually a purpose. Like what we do is actually needed. You know what I mean? And so I think that was one of my biggest obstacles, is realizing that I can do this job without having to be those same guys that were rude or disrespectful to me, my dad, my uncle, whoever else. So that was my biggest obstacle.
I can't say how many times by police officers and community members, "Man, you ghetto, man. It's all ghetto, blah, blah, blah." And it's just like something you have to understand out there, like for the viewers, is like the way that we talk is nothing more than a dialect based off of where we live. It's nothing but an accent.
That's all it is.
Literally. And
That's crazy.
that gives us the opportunity to relate to these kids, right? Because like you said, like we joke around with it, but there are people out there who look at me and they go, "Look at this white cop," right? And it is what it is, right? But then when I get out the car and I start talking to these kids, they go, "Hold on.
You talking like me.
You kind of talking like me. Like you from the hood." I can't tell you every day out here. "You from the hood for real?" And it's like, well, I'm from around the way.
Yeah.
And then we get out like, "What's up, man? Like, pass me a ball. Let's play some curveball." And they're like, "What? Curveball? Crazy. Like, what you know about curveball?" It's just like you have that relatability
Now you
factor
got
with
it.
it. And so that's it. Once you got them, it's like, okay, well, tell me more.
Yeah.
I might not want to be the police when I grow up, but now I have a different mindset when it comes to the police. I trust them a little bit more.
Gotcha. What about you, Arius? You feel like race has anything to do or play with you doing your job, or just being a minority? I hate to say black because there's a lot of minorities,
Right.
but just you being a minority in general.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to, especially in LA, LA is really diverse. So, just we're a minority. A lot of times you may come to a call or a situation where you have to step in. I know I've had a few times where I had to step in because the guy who was upset, he was black.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm like, all right.
Like,
He's getting upset.
where's the black cop at?
No, seriously. And that's how it is.
Yeah, I had people ask me that before. I didn't talk to a black cop. I'm like,
I'm leaving. They're like, all right, that's gonna do me like
I take my ball too. I'm like,
Yeah. So I had to, go over there and talk to the guy. And I mean, sometimes it just goes with the comfortability issue,
Yeah.
I mean, went over there, "Hey man, you know what? How can I help you?" It's like, "Look, this was going on." As soon as I walked up, he calmed down.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I talked to him, heard his issue, and resolved the situation without it going south.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just comes to, giving them a side of, you know what? All police officers aren't bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And trying to break down that barrier of, race, and just give them like, okay, a perspective of police officers. Just saying, hey, we're here to help you. We're not here to, mess up your life or whatever the case is.
Right.
We have a job to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the reason I brought that question up is, like I said, not to make this about race, because it's not.
Right.
But like I was telling you, I've told both of you guys, like there's a lot of people out there that want to be police officers right now. They just don't know it yet. And then if we talk about some of my partners that are white, like I've gotten great relationships with those dudes. Those dudes are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it helps them see like, look, there's even though we all have differences culturally and from where we grow up, I think it kind of brings everything back together where we can see like, man, like we all the same when it comes down to it. If I had a message for every police officer in the United States, it sounds cliche, but the work that you do truly does matter. I don't care if you ain't getting promoted, if you got passed up for a special assignment, if your boss is on you about something. The work you do truly matters, whether you believe it or not. Everybody needs you out there. Everybody needs the work that you're doing. Stop putting down those that are trying to better this profession. Stop putting down those that are out there getting involved in the communities. Just you took this oath, you took the badge for a reason. So remember what that reason is. Your work matters. It's needed.
I would say one of the biggest things, do your job with integrity. You know what I mean? I mean, I've seen situations where I kind of question, some of the motives behind, activities that were going on. And, now that I, have a voice, I have, time in the community. I spend a lot of my time in the community. Everybody's not bad. Having some kind of compassion, having some kind of, that heart. You know what I mean? Just a little bit extra, just a little bit. It doesn't take a lot. Maybe take that extra second to, hear somebody out. When we get called, most of the time they're having a bad day. They don't call us because they won the lotto. You know what I mean? They're calling us because something's going on. And a lot of times in the communities that we go to, it's impoverished. So they're already having a bad day. You know what I mean? So if you could just do one thing and just try and do one good thing a day, make somebody smile. How about that? You know what I mean? You're gonna make a difference in their life.
That's a smile right there.
There it is.
That's a smile.
That's why you use that ball.
You notice I had to hold it like this way. I can't grip it like this. You know what I mean? It might drop.
I like it.
What about you, AJ?
Mine would be, you guys and girls are doing a great job. Point blank period, there's over 1 million police officers in the United States, and 99.9% of you guys and girls do your job flawlessly. But realize that there are a percentage of police officers who do not honor that badge you wear. And the moment you realize that, and kind of open your eyes to issues that are going on in the United States that you may not be able to relate to, such as like race relations, different issues like that, and just realize that they're a problem. I'm not saying you have to go out of your way to be some super community cop, but just realize that, right? We are all doing an amazing job for the most part, but there are a few out there who are tarnishing the badge. With that said, great job. Get out in your community that you serve. Make some friends. The more friends that you make in the community that you serve, the safer your job will be.
That's right.
Hey, Billy, take him out on this tray ball right here, bro.
Straight here.
Oh, I hate it.